Hello folks, welcome to another video here in the Microsoft Sim. You've joined me and my friend, you may remember Joshua not Joss from a previous video. Well, the boys are back in town. Well, they're back in this aircraft together at least. And you may notice something a little bit unusual. I'm sitting on the right hand side, folks. Yes, that is me in avatar form. A much better, fitter, younger looking version of myself. I'm in the right hand seat. That's where the instructors sit, don't they? Josh is in the left hand side. Why is that? Josh, do you want to answer that question? Oh, I forgot. Strong silent type. I'll do the talking, pal. You do the looking cool in your bloody pilot shirt. Josh is going to fly us on this journey today, folks. And it's a journey. Let me go inside for you. That's my view. Right hand seat. I get to look at this studly young gentleman. In fact, let me just turn myself off. That's not hard to do, folks. Just quietly. And apparently, according to some of the women in my life, I'm very good at doing it to them as well. G'day, Josh. Yeah. You remind me of a female avatar that used to join me on some flights. Can't quite remember her name, though. Very similar in the vibe. Folks, I'm sitting in the right-hand seat of a Diamond DA40 with mod here in the Microsoft Sim. Flown it many times, featured it in quite a few videos. One of my favourites in the GA catalogue available here in this sim. Why am I sitting on the right-hand side? Folks, this flight's going to be a little bit of a tribute. Yes, another tribute. It didn't take someone famous to die this time. It's going to be a tribute to flight instructors all over the world, and particularly those that have suffered my company over the years as I've done my best to learn the flying caper. Yeah, a tribute to flying instructors. This is their view of the world. And they deserve a big rap, in my opinion. Anyway, I did have a dream, I suppose, at one point. It was more than a dream, but I guess it didn't work out, so it'll have to be classified as a dream. I'm a bit late now. A dream of being a flying instructor. In fact, it was kind of plan A as a career, to be perfectly honest. And then I took a detour, then another detour after that. 180, 270, 720. Turned left when I should have turned right. Anyway, I ended up where I did. But there was a plan for this to be my office right here, right-hand seat of a GA bird or GA birds. I would have been absolutely happy to have spent my flying career doing that. Anyway, folks, where are we? I hear you ask, and I'd love for Joshua to answer the question, but as we found out, he is a man of few words. It is a little bit of an ordinary day weather-wise, folks, a bit dark. But anyway, that won't stop us. We're in a place called Invercargill, which is down on the south of the South Island of New Zealand. Gets a bit cool down here and a bit blowy. And we're heading up to Queenstown. That's the plan. I was hoping to do it VFR. We might still be able to, although it looks a little bit doubtful. This is a custom freeware version of this airport, and I'll link to that in the description. It's pretty good, and the developer keeps it updated, keeps it maintained. Yeah, that's the journey today, folks. We're going to, or Josh is going to fly us up, I should say, to Queenstown. Why do you need to go to Queenstown, Josh? Let me guess. You can't say. Oh, folks. What can I say? I've already said enough. I'm going to get us started. Let's go flying, folks. Alright, Josh, are we going to move, mate? Don't have all day, pal. You want to release the parking brake, or do you want me to do that for you, champ? I can do that for you, mate. How about the throttle? Are you going to control that, or you're going to control it with your mind, maybe? Here we go, move it forward. Geez, you're pretty talented, mate. You got the whole telepathy thing going on here, hey? Now don't get too frisky here with the control. Frisky. Oh, I don't want you getting frisky, mate. It's confined space. But what I meant to say was don't get too keen on the old throttle. All right? Nice slow taxi, mate. Get the job done. We'll head towards probably runway. Is it 04 here at Invercargill, Josh? Am I right? Why do I keep asking you questions that you're not going to answer, mate? That itself is a question. Anyway, Invercargill Airport, folks. Custom version, as I said. There she is. Nicely done. Thanks to the developer for saying. Whoa, that view's going to annoy me. Josh, I told you, mate, don't let the throttle get out of control. Pay attention. Now, have you got your flaps sorted? Flaps sorted? Take off, flaps set. You got your trim sorted, Josh? Your trim sorted. Thanks, champ. Right, runway 0422. What did I say earlier? Something like that. So we'll take off. We might have to go down... Where's our windsock? Yeah, she's a bit limp, mate. He's a bit limp. I won't say anything further on that. The throttle control seems a bit weird, mate. You feeling that yourself? Anyway, I'll let you do the rest here, mate. It's in your culpable hands. We're going to take off towards the northeast, thanks, and then a track direct to Queenstown, and try and keep us out of the white stuff if you can. Would be handy. You check the approach path, make sure no one's coming, because I'm not looking, mate. I'm going to trust in you, as instructors used to trust in me. Well, most of them did anyway. After a while they did. Now that is not a lot of runway left, Josh. Is it enough runway for us to get airborne? Now we're pretty heavy. Have you done your calculations? I'm going to take that as a yes. This could be interesting, folks. Anyway, what else do we need to worry about, mate? You sorted? You got something here on the PFD. You want to look at that? Pedo, you know where that switch is? I do. I'll flick it for you, okay? That's the last time I do it. You got your local barrow set, have you? Yep, righto. So, runway 04, you want me to zoom out your MFD? Can I do that for you? Right, so Queenstown's about, what, 80 odd miles, 85 miles away. Got to get over those hills. We'll see how we go. Do you want to dial in a planned altitude? Probably. What do you reckon? Sort of heading in that direction. We'd be looking at the evens. And I was kind of sort of hoping to go at about 6.5, maybe 8.5 VFR, but I don't think we're going to get there. We'll try and go 8.5. Now your transponder. Do I have to do everything here, Josh? Bloody Nora, mate. You make me work hard for me money as an instructor, as a virtual, pretend, imaginary flying instructor. Righto. How about some landing lights? Might want to put one of them on and some strobies. Get the taxi light off. Come on, Josh. Wake up, mate. Get lively. Righto. Your control. You may want to hold the brakes. Just saying. And let the throttle kick in and then release it and away we go. Alright? Rotating around about 60, 65. Got it? Good. Bring that juice in. Hold the brakes. Hold the brakes. Joshy. More juice. Righto, release those brakes, away we go. Come on, keep it on the centre line, fella. That's nice. Airspeed alive, yep, you confirm that, good. Right, we're good, mate. Keep it on the centre line. Keep it on the centre line. Righto, you want to rotate or what? How about you try and rotate, pal? Right, good, mate. Away we go. Let's climb out at around about vest rate, which is a little bit faster than what we're doing at the moment, mate, alright? Want to think about those flaps coming up? Yeah, good on you. Thank you. Let's just do runway heading for a bit. You really should have aligned your heading bug on that runway. I'll have to mark you down for that. Let's get us to 500 feet and then you can make the left turn, alright? Get that right boot in. Best rate's 90, mate, not 83. There you go. Retrim, very good. Alright, 500 feet coming up. Feel a bit heavy, does it? It does to me. Alright, how about we make that turn towards Queenstown, mate? Good on you, champ. Nicely done. I'm going to shut up for a while now, let you continue the climb. Joshua, not Josh, and we may talk to the good folks en route, hey? How's that for a plan? Your silence is implied consent. We'll see you during the cruise, folks. Alright, so Joshua, not Josh, made a captain's call to go VFR at 6.5, and I concurred with his call. That's what we're doing, folks. Queenstown is somewhere over there, beyond them thar hills. Yeah, look, we're weather-wise it's all right. Actually, I thought that cloud base was probably going to be a bit lower than what it is. We're fighting a pretty stiff breeze. We're fighting a stiffy, as they say. As long as that's the only stiffy that we're fighting, we'll be all right. There's the boys. It's all right, isn't it? Hey, cool as a cuke. Hey, two blokes sitting next to each other in a confined space, doing manly things like flying an aeroplane and saying nothing. Hey, that's bloke heaven right there, isn't it? Regular viewers of the channel, you might be well, if you're not a regular viewer, you might be confused about I'm talking about Joshua, not Josh. There's a video that I posted, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I suppose, where I introduced said character, and you know what? That's my most disliked video of the 200 and what are we up to? Almost 250 videos on the channel. It's my most disliked video, and I wonder why. Could it have something to do with the fact that I talked about Josh being a confirmed bachelor, so to speak? Talked a little bit about same-sex marriage and homosexuality and love and all that sort of stuff. I wonder if that had something to do with it. Lost a few subscribers of late as well. I wonder if I have offended anyone. I think I talked about offence in that video, my views on offence, and I certainly did not intend to offend anyone, and I make no apologies for sharing my views either about said things. But anyway, it's just interesting that occasionally you get some videos which are disliked, but that one takes the cake. So anyway, flying instructors, folks, that's the real, I guess, motivation behind this video. And those of us that have had the privilege, and it is a privilege, to have flown aeroplanes in real life, from the left-hand seat, to be a student pilot or to have graduated. Those of us that have done that have all done that because we've had flying instruction, right? And good flying instruction, we hope. And I certainly was fortunate to have, I shared the skies with many instructors over the years, and most of those instructors were very good pilots and good people as well, and in one or two cases I would say stellar human beings who taught me not just the skill of flying an aeroplane, they taught me about life as well. And every every flight, every sortie was a lesson in more than aeronautics and in navigation. It was a lesson in life and how to deal with stuff. And some of those guys had been through some shit in their life, personally and professionally, and I learned a lot from the experience. And for the most part, very fortunate to have some really good, competent instruction, which helped me, I think, become as good a pilot as I was ever going to be. I was always, I think, a safe pilot. Wouldn't say I was particularly gifted in any way. Flying to me, and this will sound a little bit arrogant, but if you compare it to something like learning to drive, which for me was quite difficult to do, it didn't feel at all natural, whereas flying always felt natural, always has. It was like, I won't say I was born to do it, but there was just a natural affinity with it. Flying for me was at times almost a spiritual experience. I know I'm sort of waxing a bit lyrical here, folks, but that's what it was. And those of us that love aviation, those of us that have this virus, this illness, this addiction, you'll know what I mean. And very fortunate, particularly early on in my career. I'll just jump back inside. Very early on in my career, in that sort of ab initio stage, fortunate to have some quality instruction then, which sort of set me up for the rest of my time. There was stuff that, the foundational instruction, so important. That first, whatever it is, 10, 20 hours, something like that, really important. You get that wrong and, well, good luck to you. So really important, if you're listening to this, you're watching this and you're thinking about taking up flying in real life, then I wish you all the very best. I hate to think what the current cost is of lessons. But at least you have some pretty good kit to fly. Most parts of the world, the aircraft are a bit more modern than they were when I was flying. But yeah, if you're looking at taking up flying, cost is going to be a big factor in your decision. But find an instructor that you gel with. It's like when you look for help in the medical sense. You've got to find a doctor that you vibe with, a doctor that you can work with and can work with you. A psychologist, if you're you need some mental help. You've got to find the right person. You've got to find the right instructor. And a flying school should be able to match you with the right instructor, because people are different. People have different styles, even though there's a syllabus and there's a way of instructing, principles and methods of instruction. Everyone's slightly different, and you've got to find one that's going to work for you. We're going to sort of track in via the valley here, although I think we're going to be okay. We should have clearance over terrain and we should be able to stick out of the clouds. Josh, do you concur with that? Again, silence is implied consent. So look, let me take this opportunity to say thank you to all the instructors for sharing the skies with me and imparting your knowledge and your wisdom of life. I had mostly male instructors, and most of them were of an older generation to me. Flew with a few, chief flying instructors, 10,000 hour guys and whatever. So most of them were male. I did have a couple of females, and they were good instructors. One was also a rather attractive woman, as I recall. She taught me. She helped me get my constant speed retractable endorsement back in the day. And I remember that, she wasn't hard to look at, folks, if I can say that. But a very good instructor, very calm, spoke with a lot of clarity as well. Got to the point quickly, unlike myself in these videos. Got me through that endorsement in pretty good time and feeling like I really knew what I needed to know. So thank you. I hope she went on to greater things. She certainly was ambitious.
And a lot of instructors, you know, they do have other plans. They don't want to instruct forever. And some you could really tell. You know, some were kind of, you know, just warming the seat here, waiting for an opportunity to move and do other things, move into bigger aeroplanes and whatever. But others were sort of career instructors because that's how they wanted to give back. That was their space. And yeah, it takes all sorts. But yeah, thank you to all of those guys and gals for sharing the sky and for keeping me alive, which some days may have been a little bit of a challenge. Folks, we are currently 50 miles from Queenstown. We're sort of tracking the magenta here. We're actually in heading mode because I think we're going to need to duck down this valley and across the water. But I'll keep us going, or Joshua will anyway. Joshua, not Josh, will keep us going towards Queenstown. We'll rejoin you, and Josh will show off his flying skills as we make an approach into Queenstown. Alright, on approach into Queenstown, folks. Courtesy of Joshua, not Josh. We are getting thrown around a fair bit here. Beautiful day. There is just a bit of a breeze blowing. There's a sort of a 20 knot northerly. Oh, it was 20 knots, now down to 13, 14. It's a little bit squirrely, a little bit sheery, you might even say. But it's a beautiful day here. Beautiful part of the world, I can't say it enough. Always a pleasure to fly in here, or to have someone fly me in here. Josh, hint, hint. Go along with the story, pal. So with that northerly breeze, we are going to plan, or Joshua is going to plan, an approach into the cross strip here in Queenstown, and the airport being down here. There is a sort of rather thin cross strip used by GA birds. The main strip of Queenstown, of course, is 0523, the big one. It's not that big, but you know, you get jets in there. But yeah, we're gonna make an approach which is somewhat unusual, even for me. And Josh, I do hope you know what you're doing. Geez, that's a close-up shot. Bloody Nora. You really are a serious Sam, aren't you, mate? Whew. How we going? We're in a bit of trouble here, Josh. What's happening with the autopilot, mate? What is happening with the autopilot? You've got 800, vertical speed of 800 dialed in. Josh, do you want to give Georgie a rest here? There's something happening, mate. How about that? You want to hand fly? Your controls, mate. There you go, champ. Whatever you're commanding Georgie to do, he's not exactly doing. And I have found that before in this aircraft, actually. I don't know what it is. Not sure. Seeing a little bit of the scenery weirdness. See down there? The spiky stuff? It'll flatten out again, but just random sort of spikiness. And you often see it around the corner here as well. Sort of to the north of the northeast of the field. See some spikiness. Doesn't happen every time, just sometimes. I don't know what causes that. Anyway, continue the approach, Joshua. You happy? And now we're seeing some spikiness on this hill. There is a runway down there, right? I think it's probably 1432. I could probably find that out. But where's the fun in that? I've got to place a little bit of trust in Josh, as instructors used to place in me. Keep us away from the hills, mate. Let me just reset my view here. Hey, shuffling across. There we go. Right, we'll keep that view for the duration now, folks. Josh, you're in the yellow arc, mate. You might want to think about that by reducing the power telepathically, moving the throttle lever if you have to. How's the breeze? Now the breeze is reducing in strength, but it's maintaining its direction by the looks of it, hey? So you come down through 3.5, you've got 5 miles to run. You're probably a little high, pal. I keep that in mind as well. You might want to retrim. You got your landing lights sorted? Great. You got your local Barrows 2954? Okay. I didn't hear ATC give us the numbers, but I'm going to trust that you know what you're doing. Unlike the scenery, I'm not trusting the scenery with all this spiky nonsense. Look at that. Yes. Not good. We've got to follow the road here, mate. Is that what you're doing? Yeah, you knew what I was about to say, right? Alright. No, we're going right. We're under the yellow now, pal. You know what your flap extension speed is on this beastie? I think it's about 98, isn't it? You get first stage out. Now that's the next number that we want to target. Following the road. Yeah, the breeze is holding up. Northerly breeze. And we've got our runway sighted. I can't see it. Somewhere down there. I know it's there. Where is it? There it is. That's a little cross strip. But you knew that, Josh, right? Just reset that view again. There we go. Now, we might want to do something about our speed, mate. We are coming in hot. So, you want to consider a slip or something like that, maybe? Show us how you slip it in, Joshy. Oh, thanks, Betty. Try to slip the other direction, pal. Oh, it's getting a bit sloppy here, Josh. A little bit unstable. Are we down into flap extension speed yet, mate? We are now. We're coming in hot. You might want to think about a go around. Your call. You going around? Yeah, good call, mate. Never a bad decision to go around. Get that flaps up as you come over the field. Alright, what we might do is head out towards the northeast, pal. What do you reckon? Yeah, you happy with that? We might try for a landing on 2-3. Let's keep that speed under control. Let's not let it get out of hand, hey? We'll take the crosswind onto 2-3. What do you think? Yep, good for that. Set us up. Don't let the speed get out of control. And we can make a right turn when you're ready, mate. Joshua, we can make a right turn when you're ready. Yeah, thank you, yeah. This right, not the other right. Let's get that speed nailed early in this one, hey? Keep me in balance as we make the turn. Get our speed sorted. We don't have a lot of room here, mate. Flaps. There we go. We're high. Long runway though. Oh, we've cut the power. Alright. In your hands, mate. You have the control. Righto, here we go. Crosswind from the right, yeah? Runway 23 Queenstown. All yours. Oh, keep us on the centre line, fella. Ooh. Alright. I'll pay that. Keep us rolling, mate. Get us off on the taxiway on the left-hand side, eh? Flaps up as well. Look, mate, that was acceptable. Not one of your best, but acceptable. Alright, taxi off to the left-hand side and back towards the terminal. Folks, thank you for your company in another video. Do appreciate the support. I hope that you got some entertainment out of this one, as I hope you do out of most of the videos that I make. I do carry on with a little bit of nonsense, and you do have to suspend reality a little bit to come along on the journey, folks, I know, but simulation's all about an escape for me. That's what you're going to get on this channel. But yeah, thanks for your company, and Joshua Not Josh and I will see you again in a future video. Bye for now.